All right, we have already had our delicious and nutritious, mostly, carrot pumpkin bisque. Now it's time for dessert. What are we going to make?
This is going to be a maple pumpkin with a snap.
Oh.
And that's a ginger snap in the crust.
Yum.
Yeah, so you can use any shortbread, any graham cracker, be it chocolate. Change up your bases for your fillings. And
Make the crust you love. But ginger snaps and pumpkin, goes
together.
That's a winning combination. I love that.
The warm spices. So let's mix up the crumbs.
All right. And you just pulse those a little bit.
Yep.
Or you can have your kid beat on them
There
in a
you
plastic
go.
bag.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
And it doesn't, I love texture. So it doesn't have to be like super
Perfect,
fine.
right.
Sugar and a tad bit of ginger, just to add a little bit more warm heat, and a pinch of salt. Every sweet dish needs a pinch of salt. It's like the yin and the yang, it balances.
Yeah, it just really brings out the flavor.
It does, it highlights it. Give it a little stir, get everything incorporated, just like that. And then the melted butter, oh, watch this. So good. Get that done. And this really comes together simple, and it wants to be refrigerated overnight just to set up like any pie or cheesecake would. So we're just gonna get this all incorporated, and then we're gonna just pour it in. I enjoy, whoopsie doodle. I enjoy making crusts in springform pans. You can always use a pie pan. This just gives it a little heightened elegance, can I say?
Because you can take it out of the pan. You have to take it out of the pan.
And texture and presentation is everything, don't you think?
I do.
Yeah, me too. Okay, we got a little bit here. Scoot that over there.
And we just bake it up.
And then bake it up.
350 degrees.
Yep, for 10 minutes.
So we've got our crust out of the oven. Now it's time to make the filling. Where do we start?
We're gonna do eggs first. I always say when you're blending sugar and eggs, go ahead and whip the eggs first. They incorporate better than adding anything to them that gets in the way. So, just like that. And we'll whisk them, break the yolk, and just get them incorporated within each other. And then add your sugar. And actually, sugar is considered, and you may not know this, but it's considered a liquid because it melts.
Oh, okay.
And so get those incorporated, and they will form the base or the custard. Okay, break that guy up. Then we're going to add some heavy cream. Oh, yeah. Oh, yum. Heavy cream, maple syrup, good for fall.
Yeah.
Nutmeg. I love to fresh grate a nutmeg. This just is sort of a special touch, I think.
Well, the aroma is wonderful. Do you find that when you fresh grate your nutmeg, it has more flavor?
Yes, it really does. I always say if you have spices in your cupboard, I've had people ask, how long does it last? And I always say, if you can't smell it, you can't taste it.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me.
So then it has fresh grated ginger.
Okay.
And actually this is like in the produce section, and you can buy it fresh grated. Comes in a plastic tube that you just squirt, and it's very friendly to use. And then we have
vanilla.
The vanilla. Yeah, so here's our custard base. If you don't want to use heavy whipping cream, use evaporated milk. There's, if you're watching your intake, there's ways to do that, and it still makes for a great dessert. So then we'll put
And that's just plain pumpkin puree.
plain pumpkin puree. We've got all the warm spices in, and it's gonna marry well. And then we'll just pour this straight in.
Wonderful. You want me to hold the bowl while you
Oh,
scrape?
that would be wonderful.
All
Thanks,
right, yeah.
Charity. Yep. And it will climb up the sides, and that's okay. And make sure to scrape all of that goodness. And let's go with that.
All right, wonderful. And that goes back in the oven.
Back in the oven, 350 for almost an hour. And I like to rotate it halfway, because no matter convection or not, if it's too far to the back or the front or the right or the left, it's not gonna bake evenly. So that gives it a second chance to do so.
All right.
Okay? Ooh.
All right, our pie is out of the oven and cool because you do need to give it a little bit of time
Yeah.
before cutting into it, right?
Overnight, yes. Avoid the temptation, make it ahead. Then you've got it when the guests come and you're ready to present it on a pretty plate as we've done here.
Wonderful. And now, if you had a number of guests coming to your party, do you have any pie cutting strategies to try to make the most of it?
I do. We can do the wedge, but then also, just a little visual here. If you cut this way, cut it in half and then half again, and the same way this way, you're going to get more slices and people can get a tasting.
Oh, nice.
So, it may just be a sliver, or lots of times if you have two desserts and everybody wants some of each,
Right.
you can pacify everyone.
Right, well, and making those tiny slivers, that gets really hard. You're always breaking off tips. Well, let's try this pie.
Okay, I'm ready. So, we've got our delicious ginger snap crust, and we're gonna, I don't know, is that big enough? What do you think?
It'll have to do.
Oh, okay.
It's perfect.
Okay, good. Let's slip this onto a pretty plate. Adorn it with whipped cream. Can't beat
Wonderful.
that.
Yep, and you've just whipped up a little bit of whipped cream.
Yeah, it just takes about a minute. How much do we want? Like that? What do
I
you
think that's perfect.
Okay, good. Me too.
And I've got forks.
Oh, yay.
So let's dig in.
Let's do.
Wonderful. All right, come on over, Terry. I'm gonna get a little bit of
There
whipped
you
cream
go.
on
Oh,
my
I
bite.
like that. Nice. Scoot it over.
Oh, that is really delicious, and I can taste the maple coming through. It doesn't taste like a typical pumpkin pie. It's better. And then that ginger snap crust really sets it off.
Yeah,
This
the warm
is-
spices really enhance that.
Yeah, this is a winner.
Make something good even better.
Absolutely. So happy Halloween. We're all ready for our party.
Happy Halloween. We are ready. I'm ready, and as you can see.
Right, buzzing around. Chef Terry, thank you so much.
Thank you, Charity. I'd love to be with you.
And you can join us next time for a less spooky episode of Iowa Ingredients.